Hey guys, what's going on? Ryan here. Welcome back to another Global Pokemon Society Draft League battle. So, a little different. We had some recording issues, so you won't be seeing my live commentary of this game, but this is a huge game. Currently, we're in the number one seed position, undefeated, 6-0, your Boston Braviaries, and we are going up against the Denver Ninetales, Katie, aka our wife, aka the number 2 team in the society right now. So hopefully we'll have a couple good games here. So we're bringing Landorus, Kingdra, Politoed, Galarian Rapidash, Jynx, and Poliwrath. Katie's bringing Toxtricity, Vikavolt, Meowstic, Conkeldurr, Tyranitar, and Excadrill. So we'll have to see if this turns into a weather war or if her support Pokemon will be enough. She's got a couple electric types to combat our water. Let's see, I was worried about a fake out here into the Landorus. Like that might have been like the obvious play. But I tried to get a little greedy here and go for a U-turn to then get Politoed in to set up the rain for Kingdra. Sludge Bomb into Kingdra, and Denver gets the poison. So we see here that it looks like Meowstic is trying to set up Trick Room, so this double into it is very nice for us. We also had Rapidash to prevent Trick Room, but I wasn't sure if they were going to lead straight off with it or have it in the back. Now Kingdra can go for a Wormwind, pick up the KO on Meowstic. And right off the bat, we get an early KO. You know, poison on the Kingdra stinks a bit, but we're doing alright, all things considered. Alright, Tyranitar comes out now, so that's going to override our rain here. So we're going to want to get Politoed out of here ASAP, especially facing down Toxtricity, which is definitely Scarf, so I guess we shouldn't be afraid of an electric attack. But definitely could still do quite a bit of damage to Politoed. So we're going to go for a Geyser Tyranitar here. So what we found out later was this Tyranitar had Outrage. Now we get a very good damage roll here. I'm pretty sure this Tyranitar is max HP, which means it was only like a 5 or like 8% chance that this would one-hit KO in the sand. So, not giving much away right here, but we do pick up the one-hit KO onto Tyranitar here. They get another poison, so Toxtricity doing some work here. But if they had Dynamaxed Tyranitar, we only would have done 50%. And then they would have been able to max Wormwind, which would have done between 70 and 80%, and clearly KO'd Kingdra, and then who knows, then it's a totally different game, right? Because that would stall out one more turn of our Dynamax. But now we've used Kingdra to set the rain back up again for ourselves. Gonna find out what their last Pokemon is. It is Vikavolt. So we have the clear speed advantage here. Probably Rock Slide might have been better here, but go for another Geyser now, boosted in the rain. This will take out Vikavolt even if it is Assault Vest. Barely hangs on. Another Sludge Bomb into Kingdra. So now we're going to get our own Kingdra knocked out by this Earthquake. But that's fine. Take out Toxtricity. I thought the Geyser would have KO'd the Vikavolt. If I had figured that it wouldn't, I would have gone for Rock Slide and KO'd the Toxtricity instead. Landorus barely hanging on after the poison. I thought about throwing Rapidash in, but I didn't want to give any information away here. Like, they've already seen Politoed, and at this point the game is pretty locked up. We can go for Sure, Fire. I probably should have just Scalded there, but again, just for the guarantee. But I was pretty confident that the U-turn would KO here. So yeah, Denver not Dynamaxing at all. If they Dynamaxed here, I think they're still low enough that the U-turn would still KO. Like, it's not resisted or anything. And I mean, Landorus just has a massive attack stat. But it might have been at least worth it, right? Nothing gained, nothing ventured, whatever that saying is. Yeah, but if that Tyranitar had Dynamax and gone for the max Wormwind, then we'll look at a totally different game, right? Then you have Landorus now poisoned, Dynamax Tyranitar with half health. You still got Toxtricity, you got Vikavolt in the back. We have Politoed and Rapidash. This Rapidash does have Poliwrath, so we probably would bring Rapidash out and go for a double into the Tyranitar. But Tyranitar does have Protect, so it could be an easy max guard into a Sludge Bomb into Rapidash. And with the Choice Scarf, I'd have to run the calc if Rapidash would survive the Sludge Bomb. I think it would survive one. Like, it's not the bulkiest, but I figure a non-boosted Sludge Bomb, it should survive. Again, I have to run that calc. But let's say it does one-hit KO, and you max guarded. I would have had to go for an Earthquake to get a KO. Then you bring out Vikavolt. Now we're at about half health with Landorus. We bring out Politoed. Now you can go for like another Wormwind into the Landorus slot and a Thunderbolt into the Politoed slot. Like, I think the game would have been very close. Alright, so here we see them start with the Sand in Game 2. And this is a very aggressive lead from them. We swapped out our Rain Abuser. This is a good start for us. We can just swap Jynx right out here. Oh, but they swap out Excadrill, which they make some really nice plays in this game. So they swap out Excadrill. We swap out Jynx to get in Politoed to overwrite the Sand. And they go for a very nice Protect on Tyranitar. Really negating the momentum we had. So now after this turn, we're looking at a Vikavolt. Looking at 2 water types. So, like, this is an obvious switch out for Tyranitar for them. Now what happens next I wasn't expecting. So we go for a Helping Hand, and we're going to try to KO this Vikavolt. I thought about maxing here, but I decided to just go for a regular waterfall, not expecting what was going to happen. So yeah, there's the obvious switch up from Tyranitar. So now we see Meowstic as the last one. So she Dynamaxes Vikavolt, which I wasn't expecting. And we'll get some nice damage off here, but obviously it wasn't the KO that we wanted. And if they had gone into Politoed here, based on that damage roll, we wouldn't even have KO'd normally. So that's bad on us. But if they had gone to Politoed here, get the KO, like we would have been in a lot of trouble. So we bring out Landorus, which is now going to be our Dynamax option. Which is a good Dynamax option against their Vikavolt. So we're going to get Politoed out of here. Just because we do want it to be able to reset the sand in the late game. Bring Jynx out here. Jynx isn't really going to be doing too much. We'll get a fake out next turn if we want it, but so we max Landorus. This Rockfall should pick up the KO. See what Meowstic goes for here. Meowstic goes for the fake out onto Landorus, which is very unfortunate for them. Either we're Reflect or even trying to get up a Trick Room here wouldn't have been bad. Probably Reflect would have been the better play. I assume with Reflect, Vikavolt would have survived. Sand's gonna break any sashes that are on the field. So from this position, we have gone control back of the game. They only got one turn out of their Dynamax. We should be able to get all three. So they bring out Excadrill, which is why, you know, we were lucky enough that Politoed survived here. But we can get a clean fake out. And then kill something with Landorus. Here's the fake out. Going to Excadrill, because with the super effective, we should KO even through the Reflect. If we had targeted Meowstic, we might not have KO'd with that. Landorus gain another KO. Tyranitar goes for a Protect, which will allow them to survive this turn. So, Light Screen. I think again at this point though, I would have liked to see a Trick Room with the Protect. Because we're not going to be doing much with the Jynx anyway on the special side. And now Landorus is tiny again. Still at basically full health with Landorus, so we can go for a Helping Hand Earthquake here. We'll have to see if that's enough to pick up a double KO. Earthquake does take down Tyranitar, but not able to take down Meowstic. We also lose Jynx. Now we can get Politoed out. And from this point, Meowstic can't really do anything, so we'll just pick up the final KO and the win. Handing Denver only their second loss of the season. And on top of that, because Miami also lost this week, your Boston Braviaries clinched the #1 seed in the playoffs. Still got one more regular season game next week, so we'll have to see how that goes. But good to be the #1 seed, back-to-back seasons, first team to ever do that. So make sure to be rooting for us this last week and into the playoffs. And as always, stay classy, Socialites.